Good morning. It is 7:23 a.m. on Thursday, September 24th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I'm not running as late as I would have been earlier this week because I'm working from home today, so I don't have to figure commute time into my preparations. I'm doing a little better over the last couple of days of starting to catch up a little bit on sleep, which is good. It's good. There's definitely, one of the things that I think is important for, you know, mental health and something that I'm tending to find a little easier as I get older, but it's not always easy or trivial, but is the ability to know the little mental patterns that you can fall into. And I've talked about these before, right? One is that for me, this idea that I will make plans for something, and then coming up close to those plans, I'll feel an impulse to bail on those plans and just kind of say, "Yeah, that sounds like hard or a lot of work or something like that." And now I know I'm certainly not the only one who deals with that. But by recognizing that that's a common pattern for me, I can sort of see it coming. And when I'm in it, I can remind myself that it has nothing to do with the actual event we're talking about, that it's only, this pattern happening, and that I should trust my original self when I made the decision that doing that thing would be fun. Not always, because sometimes things might have changed, and it's like, yeah, if it is okay if you find yourself overwhelmed and overcommitted, it is okay to sometimes cancel some stuff. Feels pretty good when you do that, honestly. But when you find yourself canceling things that you were actively looking forward to that would be fun, and you have no reason to believe it wouldn't be fun, that starts seeming like it's something else going on, right? But what I was observing in this case is a little bit less complex than that. It's more just a matter of recognizing that because I was feeling sleep deprived, I needed to make sure that I didn't take things too personally while in that state, right? Because I can recognize that I'm going to tend to be a little bit irritable and not necessarily thinking as clearly in when I'm sleep deprived. And so anything that might happen where I would find myself feeling hurt or angry or anything like that, I have to recognize, you know what? I'm going to be on a hair trigger for some of that right now. And so what I need to do is put some of that in perspective. Like, you know, just because something has surprised me right now, something I didn't think I was going to have to deal with, and I'm a little bit frustrated, there's a tendency right now for me to make that feeling the most important thing. I have to deal with this right now, and it's important that they know how much they've hurt my feelings. And again, it's like it starts to spiral up like that, when the reality is probably this is not a big deal. And if I were not sleep deprived, I wouldn't have any issue at all. It would just roll right on by. But so again, it takes a little bit of self knowledge and force of will to just kind of say, hold on. I know that's what it's making me feel right now. But if I can just sort of put that response on pause for right now, revisit it in a couple of days, probably I'll say, yeah, that was dumb. I shouldn't have overreacted to that. Or I'm glad that I did not overreact to that. So, yeah. Not that I want to present myself as any sort of paragon of self-care or emotional well-being or anything, but these are just some of the things that I try to focus on and do to just manage my own mental state. Because as much as sometimes it feels like I wish it wasn't true, our mental state is extremely tied to our physical state. And so, that last whole thing about like not taking things personally when I'm sleep deprived, et cetera, et cetera. The other big thing there is try to not be sleep deprived. Try to not be sleep deprived. I mean, that's not, easier said than done for a lot of people, but worth it. Anyway, I'll leave it there and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.